Dun, dun, dun. Sorry about that. I felt like changing the title to be more on dot. So I just restarted my stream without even thinking. No one was watching at the moment, so I was like, yeah, we're just gonna quickly fix this because I felt like I needed to. So yeah. I watched the dev live stream last night before I went to bed, and honestly, a lot of the stuff they talked about, it does make sense for things that they want to do for the game. But as expected, PlayStation doesn't like a veil over updates. They don't like last second updates, which last season for the Hot Wheels event, as soon as they announced it was Hot Wheels, they were totally okay with it. They did not care. Okay. Feature wise, no clue. Um, I don't know much of what they can add, but there is one thing that I was going over that really caught my eye, Lance, and that would have to be the photo. So whenever you try looking up World of Tanks, they took it down immediately. The Show No Mercy, become your enemy's worst nightmare, whatever. How that was originally on the news feed, it's no longer there, but it is on Google search results. So you can find it on Google search results. You just can't find it on anything else. So here, I'll show you. So WOT console, Show No Mercy, become a legendary World of Tanks Hot Wheels, 7 hours ago. Select it. Boom. So yeah, that's literally what it is. It's nowhere to be found. Originally, it was on the news tab. They had two posts for today. There was that one early in the morning for what's happening December 8th to the 14th, and then 8th crew vouchers and adjustments. So I might have been wrong about the crew experience vouchers, but the one that I got was, I thought that they were removing the experience boosters. Turns out I was wrong. So, yeah, that's always fun. But the number one thing that really stood out to me, Lance, was this. So along the side of the tank here, look at the side. So you got your skirt coming out the side, the front fenders, this back metal piece, which does have a slight curve, which might be a 50-50, but then the light in the front. This is definitely a Russian by the design, possibly a Polish. It's too dark, and a lot of people think this might be the Concept 1B, or just the concept in general. But if you look at the side turret mount here, it's shiny. And then going over to, let's say, the Object 277 here, that matches side paneling just a little bit, along with the light that comes up, but then at a slight angle, rotate the gun out. But then the one thing that gets me is this hatch part up top. This is huge. And then that slight slant, but then the curving in the armor here. There's no real curve in this armor, but this is like the closest thing I can get to it. So yeah, the 277 version 2 is the only thing that came to mind for me. And then the Object 780, that's a tier 10. Mistakes are being made, but the 257 is the other one, and this doesn't even come close to how that looks. I mean, maybe. I don't think it's anywhere close, but Hey, it's ideas, you know, it's ideas. But the version 2, I've gone over a lot of tanks because they mentioned it's going to be a lot of tier 9s, and going over the tier 9s for heavy tanks, there's not exactly a lot, and you got to think it's definitely going to be a tier 9 is what they're talking about. But the Concept 1B, which everyone thinks that middle tank is, going over to the actual visual. Oh, zoomed in too much. Take a look at the turret. This has got really flat angles, you know, really flat angles. And then you have the cushioning on the side. And yeah, I don't think that, ooh, this tank in the center is even close. Just because of the way that this is put together. You have the flat metal on the side. They don't really show off the frontal too much. And then this is totally British. It's got to be British. I mean, look at the side, Centurion style. But I don't think this is the 1B. Well, not, yeah, the Concept 1B. At all. I mean, if it is, cool. But that turret does not line up at all. And then, Cobra. What is the Cobra? Nope. Nope. Kampfpanzer 50 tons already in the game. Then the T-55A. The sides don't really line up with the bottom. The bottom skirt was the thing that caught my attention right here, how it cuts off. So, yeah. That's why the first thing that came to mind was, because I watch a lot of gameplay on PC for, you know, matches that go on. And the one thing that just stood out to me the most was that split. That really tiny split. And that's it. But that doesn't line up for the way that those are put together. But then again, console, we do have different looking tanks compared to what PC does. So, possibly, maybe not. There's not a lot of premium tier 9s to go over. So then jumping down to 8s, we'd be at this spot forever if we wanted to be. So, yeah, that's literally what's going through my head. For the British tank, 2 seconds, I'm screwing up here. For the British, if they're talking about tier 9, or maybe even a tier 8 premium, there's not really much to go over. In my opinion, it's going to be like another specialty tank that they're adding, specifically console oriented. So we have a couple that just, it's what they are. So there's the rack, 122, definitely not Chinese. This is Chinese. Way too many premium tier 8 mediums. Look at this. This is gnarly. Type 59, Pershing FL, pilot number 1, already in the game, first prototype already in the game, first prototype already in the game, T44 100 UKRB, what? What's the difference between all these? Okay. Okay. What? No comment. They got 4 of the same tank. 5 of the same tank. Oh, never mind. This one doesn't have that covering in the back. That was a tarp. But, yeah. Only thing that came to mind when I was looking at that. Concept 1B, I really don't know just because of how smooth that is. Really hard to make out, you know, a little bit too dark. But it's got the double lights in the front. And those double lights is what really stood out to me for the Concept 1B. So, actually, taking a look at the Concept 1B 3D model live, it does have those double lights. But the reason why I'm saying it's not the Concept 1B is because of how the turret's put together. But I could be wrong because of the slant on top. Then you have the breaker in the barrel, and then you got this little metal pike that comes up. The breaker is there, but there's no metal pike, which means it's Xbox specific. You know, it's not anything in relations to anything else. But the reason why I could be wrong, because that could actually be the side of the turret that we're seeing, because of the way the lighting lights up. You don't actually see the front of the turret, so I could be wrong. That could be the Concept 1B. But I really do think that this might be the 277. Just because of the way the skirt lines up. But they're custom variants. This one, no clue. You see a single light in the front. Sides, hatch, Centurion turret, really hard to make out. But that's definitely a 105. So, that is there. Because if you jump back and you take a look at, let's say, like the rack. These ones do have the barrel. But if you look, you got those 3 pieces in the front. And it's a lot smaller. Then going back over to the photo. Those pieces aren't there. It actually has a double lead barrier. So there's 2 of them there. And looking at the actual tier 8 here, there's only the 1. And then jumping out, let's say, another one to get, which might be... don't think they have it on the setup yet. They got the Edelweiss. K91 version 2. Wait a minute. No way, look at that cheek. Yeah, see, that flattens out. Okay. Yeah. There is a lot. And I have absolutely no clue what to expect with this next update. It's gonna be pain in the butt. Wait a minute. 724A tier. Is this tier 8? That's gotta be tier 8. What is this? No way, because it doesn't have the racks on the side. Yeah, those little side panelings. Then that's like the strangest looking hatch ever. I have no clue if that's a weak spot or not. You know what? That actually might be the Concept 1B, going back and forth. Holy crap. What have you done to me, Lance? That's the Phase 1 that's already in the game. Concept 1B. I mean, if they add the Concept 1B right now, that's going to be a little dumb. Knowing that, hold on. Yeah, because the light's glistening off up here. Then you have your top. But then look at the back hatch. Is there a back hatch? Doesn't show the back hatch. Shows a portion of it here on the side. So lining up, pokes out just a tad bit. I think it's the Concept 1B now. Other than that, yeah, I think the Object 277 version 2 Concept 1B, and I have absolutely no clue what the one on the left is. Someone else might. They might have better ideas than I do. But, you know, personal opinion. Koza, I have no clue when they're going to drop it. But their post about the... What was it? It's World of Tanks. Just search up console. Down at the bottom, Show No Mercy, become Legendary World of Tanks. You select it, and then you're going to be brought to the World of Tanks website, And rather than getting any regular coding, like a regular background, it's literally, so right here, World of Tanks console, you know, you can go over to news, and from news, it's talking about partners with Austin. Here's all the ones from a while back. But then this morning, whenever I woke up, I was looking at the website and I was giving Toto crap. And I was like, look at this, you know, because I was actually on the website and we found this. And it started off with like 6 days and 4 hours left. And then loading it up. Now, whenever you load it up, they removed it. They completely removed it. So I think that they dropped that information just a little bit too early. And it just, yeah. But it's gone. Page not found. So, yeah, my personal opinion, I think that the Object 277, possibly the Concept 1B, the way that that lines up, because originally I thought that was the gun mantle, but now that I took a look at the Concept 1B, you don't actually see the front of the turret, but looking at the actual photo here, and zooming in a lot more, I can kind of make out the round edging. So I'm just going to bring you guys with me. What am I doing here? So if you look up at the top, you see the armor coming down. And then right here, you see these splits. And now you start to see some material. And then coming back over, you know, if I should really stop doing this. So then you see the splits. And then right here, they got the marks. Compared to the marks, what is that on the side? Right there. Like a little horseshoe shape. Coming back. Aha! Horseshoe shape. There we go. And then there's the part of the material. So, yeah, possibly. Concept 1B might be getting dropped on console way soon. Like, it's barely even getting on PC, and they're already dropping it on console. It's like, I want a double barrel tanks, not a Concept 1B. But I guess we'll get what we get and not throw a fit. And then, like, I am beyond stoked. Because 277 right here. Ooh, boy. You are damn right. I am excited about this. Okay, so this right here. Little viewport. That is nowhere to be seen. But then the tracks line up. But there's no little viewport. Is there any... The back viewport coming out, and then you got the top bar, and there is a machine gun in the back. Oh, hey, look, it's Blade. Coming back up. Yeah, I don't see it. But the side here, I kind of do. Man, just slapping myself in the face right now, trying to find out. Because I went over, like, probably a good amount of tanks trying to find out what that could be. And keep in mind, I've been sitting here for like an hour trying to just go over in Tanks GG, just looking through multiple tanks. And the only one that came close was the 277 version 2. So, other than that, let's go throw some games inside of a 252U. Oh, and the fourth equipment slot, I don't know how I feel about a fourth equipment slot. Because, you know, we've been handling 3 for such a long time. And one of the biggest reasons why, you know, I'm going to say it's going to really screw with the game is because whenever I run my OE5, I go large caliber gun rammer, vertical stabilizers, improve ventilation. And then if I had a fourth, suddenly my gun handling has been boosted. I've got increased all my stats. I also have a 10% faster reload, and now my view range is maxed out. You know, that's kind of why I'm iffy on that fourth slot, because they said you can remove it and put whatever you want. But if it's like a dedicated like prototype module to where you can equip whatever you want, but not to the same effect, I think that would work out a lot better. So like in that official fourth slot, you know, you only get like, let's say 50% of the effectiveness. Um, if you were adding a fourth equipment slot because they were introducing light tanks, I really don't know about that. I really don't know about that, Lance, because you got to think, why would you add an equipment slot which is going to bolster every single tank in the game just because of wheeled light tanks that are also going to have it? You know, like to me, I think it's just a feature that they planned on introducing and now they're introducing it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could be there to try and bring in light tanks, but the auto locking mechanic on PC and console, because you got to think a lot of console players haven't played on PC. I've played on PC and I put a good couple hundred matches into it. I'm still playing on PC and I'm still putting matches into it. So I'll tell you now, whenever they say like on the screen, he's on the screen. I'm tapping RB. It's not auto locking. Same thing happens inside the PC version of the game. Now, whenever a vehicle is partially exposed, like a track poking out or whatever poking out, then you're capable of actually locking onto them. So this Tiger 2, for instance, if he's poking out at all, which he's not, we're not going to be able to lock onto him at all. But the Tiger Shark, the second he appears, instant lock. And it works the same way on PC. So I have no clue where they got that idea from. Because honestly, the auto locking mechanics from PC and console are pretty identical. Only difference being is that it's a right click on the mouse and a right bumper on console. But yeah, honestly, I am a little excited about this next update. There's a lot to be done, you know, once it drops. I'm just waiting on the map rotation, to be honest. Like that's the number one thing for me. Once those maps start rotating, it's going to be a blast. Because they talked about HD mines, HD this, HD that, bumping up stuff, new consoles. And when they say new consoles, they really mean PlayStation 5 and then the Xbox Series X, which the Xbox One X can handle 60 frames a second. So I don't know why they're denying it. Even the PlayStation 4 can handle 60 frames a second. You know, but with the Series X, the 8 gigs of RAM really helps it a lot. So, a little bit more processing power. And Nvidia, I believe, teamed up with Xbox. Nvidia's really awesome. So the Series X has got to be super, super dope. And talking about the graphic updates, jumping everything up into HD, they also mentioned on their live stream, during the dev live stream yesterday, that since the older console is no longer a part, they can finally update all the maps, which I said that too. Because a lot of people are all like, why can't they update them now? And this was like about a year ago. And I was like, because 360 is still linked to the game. You know, it's like, if you jump down the 360, it's going to be a pain in the butt. And what's really cool is they've been talking about the garage on the forums as well. There's been a couple forum postings that I've just been looking over for like just, you know, aspects of life in game. And one of the ones was the way the garage looks. So like right now we have like these white flakes that fly around, and it's been like that for years, and no one's ever really, you know, mentioned anything about it because there's no point. But they said that once they update everything with this next update, you know, like once we load into the garage, it should look really good. So I'm pretty excited about that. That was probably the longest I've ever sat aiming at a light tank. At least I hit it. You know, I'm just like you guys, though. In regards to information, everything else, you know, we're pretty much just being blindfolded and led out places right now by wargaming. So yeah, that's always fun. And Grayson, yeah, we are really close to 100 subs. We are getting there. An option to change how your garage looks. I don't know. I think that with like the events coming up and everything else, yeah, but I don't know. And there was a lot of talk about Chuck Norris. Okay, Chuck Norris being inside the next one. Really cool thing is just searching his name up on Google. I'm actually going to bring you guys with me to do this. So just searching him up on Google. That's it. Go to news. World of Tanks holiday event. Chuck's challenge. So yeah, he's definitely right now a part of Wargaming, and he's already in PC. But whenever you search up, you know, Rambo, which is, can't remember his name now, can't find anything on him. Absolutely nothing. There's no news articles about him except for he suggested hot dogs and cheeseburger for Thanksgiving. And that's it. But there's no contract agreements, and you got to think they're pretty famous. So it's a I don't know. Chuck Norris is gonna be pretty cool if they drop Chuck Norris. I don't know what association he's going to have. And then the other guy from the one movie, I can't remember the actor's name. You know, they chose some actors that are kind of out there. Wow, still alive. I'm slacking off. Sylvester Stallone. Yes, that is his name. It wasn't on the top of my head. It's not like I'm searching up the guy left and right. I just know it's Rambo. So, and then the other dude, but Sylvester Stallone would surprise me if he ends up in World of Tanks. You know, don't get me wrong. Kurt Russell, you know, the way that the media covers those guys. Actually, we're going to search up Kurt Russell now. But Chuck Norris, definitely. He's definitely going to be in the season. Like, guaranteed, just because he's already attached with the PC version of the game. And then looking at Kurt Russell, there's no interviews about it. There's no nothing about it. And I mean, literally, absolutely nothing. It's just Christmas. Christmas is on the way. And, you know, we could probably like space this, put WOT. Oh, that's nice. We're gonna go back. But, ew, wrong one. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go. Arnold, I don't know. I don't think Arnold is going to be a part of it, just because he's doing other movies and, you know, taking the time out and giving out his likeness towards a game. Like Chuck Norris, don't get me wrong. Chuck Norris, he's done World of Tanks, I believe, 3 times now. And now he's going to be on console. So, honestly, that's pretty cool. You know, Chuck Norris, yeah, we got to start, you know, he can swim through land, fly through water, and swim through air. You know, it's Chuck Norris. So many memes in that guy. But Chuck Norris, I believe it is him. I believe that he's going to be a part of 6.0 and Season 3. Sylvester Stallone, I do not think he's going to be a part of it. Because you got to think, there's lots of guys with long hair. I don't think Arnold ever played a character with long hair. So, yeah, it's there's a lot. There's a lot. But concept 1B, oh, definitely. The hook, side armor, slight fiber near the end of the dark spot. So yeah, I think we can say here officially confirmed, until they give me the finger and it's like, no, it's some sort of Russian experimental wannabe concept 1B. So, yeah, I imagine that one happening. Maybe, but you got to think is he still a governor? I don't think he's the governor of California anymore. Conan. uh Chuck Norris though, I do believe Chuck Norris will come to 6.0. The other two, no clue. Um Kurt Russell, I don't think so. Maybe, but Chuck Norris played in a lot of war movies and fighting movies and some other stuff. Who knows? They might go get Van Diesel. Or Vin Diesel. Is it Vin Diesel or Van Diesel? Sorry, there's two of those. And, yeah, that's... No clue. Absolutely no clue. But I mean, searching up Chuck Norris, instantly. World of Tanks. So, yeah. You already know he's there. I don't have the IS-3A, by the way, Grayson. Other than that, I'd say this was just kind of like what I think might be getting dropped or what else, but you know, I'm hoping we'll see the Object 277. That's a tank that I've been waiting quite some time to see. And if it does get dropped, that would be like the coolest thing ever for me. You can't out Norris the Chuck. That is true. That is very true. You can, however, get set on fire by a Yaguru, and that Yaguru was probably Chuck Norris. Roundhound kick to your face. Yeah, you know. Uh, so yeah, not a whole bunch to go over. This wasn't really meant to be intended as a gameplay session. Just update 6.0 got delayed. It fired Chuck Norris from the barrel. Yeet. So, I think I'm gonna end this stream, and then I might start back up here in like 5 or so minutes. But today might be the day that I start grinding out the Italians. Maybe. But we're going to be starting from tier 1, going up. So, yeah, see you guys in a few minutes. Don't have too much fun, waiting. This was just quick what I think's going on. And yeah, the 4th equipment slot, Koza, I might be doing both. I'm gonna try and really screw around with that streamables, the restream. Actually, let me just show you guys this. It's the most confusing thing you'll ever see in your life. So we got restream, and I'm struggling with this too. So then, okay, restream, multi-stream plus 30 categories. So I got my YouTube, my Twitch, linked, and then whenever I go to OBS, it gives me a setting to go over and settings, stream, and then blah blah blah. Yeah. And then whenever it pops up, it likes to like come over here to the left and then to the right. And so like, hey, you know, we're gonna put our chat over here and our other chat over here. And then it's gonna have an additional 30-second delay stacked on top of the delay it already has. So I'm just like, you know what? No. And then they ask you to pay money, so I just do the pop-out chats after looking up the websites, and it's like, yeah, that's instant. I'm not paying anything. You guys can't bypass me. So yeah, see you guys in a few minutes. Other than that, take it easy, I guess, if you can't catch it. So yeah. For Jetta Line, Tier 1. You guys gotta go watch me run around and try to Silk Club. Just kidding, we're not gonna be a Silk Clubber. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Have fun.